From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Play fake. Brissett. He's got him in. Complete. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Houston. One play in the end zone on a long touchdown pass. You knew they wanted to get him involved. He's their go-to guy. First play, though, wow.
Yeah, and I remember when I was playing, something similar happened. I remember getting to the sideline and my coach said, so what in the scouting report with circling him, putting a star by him, did you not get that he was a good player? And that's the question I would have for them now. You know, as you said, he's a go-to guy. How is he not covered? Now, I should say, covered well.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Come on, come on. Hey. Roll.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Next receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And this will wind up a Saints first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. The Saints at 9-2 to start play. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Second down and 3. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
60 Vikings, 7 Pirates, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Kamara. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Excellent recognition, and none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Lutz is good. So a long ball gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the 3.
To think that maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when...
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Brissett. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Brissett. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in the win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Brissett now.
That's underneath to Pierce.
And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Texans football to start quarter 2. As they've got it with 4th down and 1.
They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Saints will have the football back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run here with Pierce. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
14. Saints 3.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Come on.
Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
19 tight. Go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Olave. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Mustang 19.
Back to throw again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Larry Ogunjobi in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
At the 19-yard line.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19. They're going to look to throw. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
19 Tiger.
It's now 3rd and
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is pulled in by Michael Thomas. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Flushed out right. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
19 right.
Now back to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Now this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
I know they're down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here comes the Saints punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A 1st down throw for Brissett. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Brissett. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take over at their own 30.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
I have to think a major focus in the halftime means having to be figured
sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That's complete to Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 10-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's 2nd and 9. Now Mills. That's caught left side. Myers with it. Only able to gain a couple there. And 3rd down and 6 to go. Looking to throw is Mills. And this is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. 127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might be goal. They'll run it with Kamara. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Saints have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 25-yard line. A first down throw for Mills. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mills. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Texans are right back in this football game. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Mills. That's caught by Myers. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. A huge play there for Houston. 49 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. And DeMarco Jackson, the man to bring him down defensively. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Mills looking to throw it. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints have just about sewn up this football game. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity.
He's got him in, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm.
Man in stride, complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. pulls it in at the 13. And a good return, able to... The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they have.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again, well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with.